welcome back to another exciting video with me, Rosalia, Shiweva. We are here on the Heart-to-Heart Conversations, and today I'm not alone. I'm joined by my partner in business, Mr. Vincent Mwemba. I will allow him to introduce himself shortly. However, I would love just to share with the audience that Heart-to-Heart Conversations, we are talking about purpose, passion, and really showcasing stories of our people where there have been big breakthroughs. So now we are in Zambezi region, Katima, Mulilo. Shiweva Media, who I am the founder, and Mr. Vincent Mwemba from the Lyambai arts and culture industry. We came together to create stories in the region so that the world know about our stories. And I'm so honored. Mr. Mwemba, welcome to the show. Welcome to our conversation. And I'm so happy to be here with all of you, my people, my family. And so, family really in vision. That's what I want to emphasize on, family in vision. Before we get into the discussion for today, speaking on Lyambai arts and culture and also your story, I want you to introduce to the audience who is Mr. Introduce yourself first. Yes, introduce yourself to the audience. Please, Mr. Vincent.
Thank you very much, Rosalia. Thank you very much. Hi, audience.
Yes.
I am Vincent Mwemba. I'm from the Lyambai arts and culture industry. And my introduction starts like this.
Yes.
This is actually a veteran artist who went through formal education. And part of my education also, which really worked very much, it is non-formal education. So as we know, the difference between formal education and non-formal education is that formal education is the education you go to school up to university level. Non-formal education is that education that you learn. Sometimes you learn from culture, you learn from your friends, the environment where you are, and so forth. Now, I did not complete my grade 12 myself because of challenges, because before independence, we were those young people, the youth, who had had some challenges going to school and learning a language that sometimes was imposed on us. So it was not so easy, and that's why I could not finish my school. I remember the time that I was at school, we were forced to register ourselves so that we can go for military training. But I think something happened to me because I did not like the idea and I got injured. One of the Sundays, I was looking after cattle in the bushes, and then something happened there and then I got injured. So when I got injured, the Sunday of that week, I was now taken Rosalia to the hospital. And when I was taken to the hospital, I was unconscious. So I didn't know what was happening, so I was taken to Windhoek, to the hospital, from Katima to Windhoek. The following week, that was now the week that all my friends at school, those who were registered to go for military training during that time before independence with the South African Territorial Forces, then they were taken to go for training. While myself, I was in the hospital in Windhoek. Yeah. I stayed there for 1 month. So when I came back, I found my colleagues, they went for training. I was now at home. So my parents were warned that since it seems like my parents, maybe they are the ones who hid me not to go for training. So that was the end of my school. I was in grade 10 by that time. My story, it has got some emotions, but I'm going to try by all means just to let it come out. But the fact remains that when my schooling ended up during that time, I was a young person. I was very much active, and then I said, okay, I think I need to have something to do. So then I joined the Caprivi cultural troupe by that time. And then in that group, we were doing some musical dances, traditional musical dances. And then we were performing during the campaigns before the people went to exile, came back. So we were doing some campaigns. now we were known. Our cultural group was very, very active. So we were being used whenever there were campaigns. So we were preparing for the it was no before the independence.
Yes.
So now they were saying people were in exile, they are coming back.
Okay.
Yes, that was before 1990.
Yes.
Yes, I think it was 1989. Yes, so when they were preparing for the elections and things like that, so our group was used to perform. So that's where my journey started when it comes now to the journey of being an artist. Yes, so after the campaigns, we won, then it was independence, we were taken to go to Windhoek, we went to go perform there, we came back. So after coming back, then the people in Windhoek, the government now decided that they wanted to form a group called Namibian National Cultural Troupe. That was artists from different regions to form a group, just the same like the Ndirimane. Those of you who knows Ndirimane.
Yes.
Yes, so that was the group that was tasked by the government so that it must be formed. And then they were tasked now to do interviews in the regions to find out people who are talented in music and dance and drumming. So I was one of the top 7 people who were chosen from Zambezi region, including other regions. So then we were taken to Windhoek. We were there for 1 month again doing the training. After 1 month, then there was again another selection to choose from all the regions. From Zambezi region we were 7, and then out of 7, they chose only 4.
Okay.
Yeah, on those 4, I was one of them.
You're part of them.
Yes, I was part of them. So my journey now went at that national level, from the regional level to the national level. So when we were there in Windhoek now, we started now training on that Namibian National Cultural Troupe, which was a body or an organization or a group that was representing Namibia on the national level. So that is one of the group that also exposed me to understand now that my talent now has to be explored as an artist. My role was playing traditional instruments. This instrument here, I think the camera will turn this side so that they can the people can see it. Or yes, this is the small one. Yes. So this is the silimba, and this is the instrument that I was playing. I'm a master of this instrument.
Okay.
Yes. So I was playing this, and also in the group, I was also selected as a secretary of that group because of my skills of writing and things like that. So then we started working full time now, getting paid a salary. Yes, as an artist.
Okay.
Yes, so that was now 1993, 94, 95, up to 2000 in that group. So 2000, things didn't work out because the group went through into a situation where there was difficulty with now finances.
Okay.
Now the government have to now find a way to reshuffle and change the system. So then they were saying those who are capable and they can also teach, then we were given an opportunity to try and also teach others. Okay. So then we were now taken to College of the Arts, where at the College of the Arts there, now we were now given a task. This side is the Namibian National Cultural Troupe, which is now doing the performances, and then the other side we were now teaching the learners how to play drums and how to play marimbas. I was not the only one anyway, because college is a school. Yes. So while I was involved in college there, with my colleagues again, those guys who were tasked by the government to establish Namibian National Cultural Troupe, which I'm not going to forget Mr. Banana Shekupe, because he has been one of those guys from the very beginning for me to go to Windhoek. Yeah. We had been together with him. So then we were discovering and discussing about the future of arts and artists. Then in those discussions, we came up with an idea that, colleagues, look, we need a body that is going to represent artists in Namibia. This body should be a body of artists themselves and doing their own things. That was the birth of an organization called Orwano Namibian Artists Union. It is a body that represents artists in all disciplines. So So as we were busy organizing that body, it was now doing research, find out how such a body can function. So we have to do now research on internet, now contacting other organizations, throughout the whole world, how that organization works, because it's a union, yes, and it has to be registered legitimately with the government. Yes. So that task was again, I was part of the people who were doing the investigation. Mm-hmm. So that's my journey now. It went up to the level where now this Namibia Artists Union was now, we started now putting the structure together, the policies, the constitution, it was actually very interesting because there were things that I never knew that it was going to happen. Yeah. Because as I said in the beginning that when I left school, then I thought maybe things are going to just end up there. Yeah. But little did I know that there are so big things that are waiting for me. So after the registration of our Namibian Artists Union, now we started now connecting ourselves to the world. Yes. So we started communicating. Whenever they are having workshops or seminars, they invite us. So after we registered ourselves also, we started paying the affiliation fees because that time we were organizing ourselves to understand how we can function. Yes. So what we did first, we put the structure, and then after the registration, we registered the union under the Ministry of Labor. So we were officially registered and we started looking for funds. The first organization that funded us for 3 years was the Finnish Embassy. Yes, and when that happened, I was again chosen to be the Secretary General of that organization. Wow. Yes, and that is a big responsibility. That time, the story of Namibian Artists Union started, and the Namibian National Cultural Troupe, the one for performances, died. Yes, because there was no money now to sustain us. So then I went to Orwano now. So under Orwano, that's where now I was exposed to the world. I traveled almost the whole continent. I cannot mention the cities actually, but I know that I traveled Asia, Europe, North America. I didn't go to Australia, but most of those places I traveled with the union now, Orwano Namibian Artists Union. My job was to also train the Slimba on master classes. Okay. And of course, as we were attending also training workshops and things like that, my knowledge was expanded. As I said that my education was formal, I did not finish grade 12. Mm-hmm. I just ended up grade 10. But non-formal now, I was in a group of professors, doctors, and we were even having some master classes together, debating together. So as I'm sitting here, I'm not afraid of, being in a group of those who are higher educated, because I know that at that level I fit also. Yes. I'm just making the story short, Rosalia, because I want to encourage most of the artists, especially those who think that maybe if I'm not educated, then I cannot achieve anything. No. Education is something that is additional privilege for you to open windows of opportunity for you, so that you can see things broader. Yes, but it is not the limit of what you can do. No. So as I speak now, I'm working full-time in the government, because during the tenure of Orwano, after 3 years, remember, it was a sponsor from the embassy. After 3 years, they have to review, and then when new government came, then they could not continue with the sponsorship. So now we were stuck with the finances now, because I was not the only one in the office. Yeah, we were almost the three. So, but now for surviving in Windhoek without money, it was a problem. Then there was a situation again during Orwano, which I want to mention here. That after we established Orwano, then we said, okay, the government gave us tasks that, guys, as artists, organize yourself so that we can find a way to support you. Then the idea of organizing a Namibian national which is the National Arts Council, yes, National Arts Council of Namibia,
Yes.
which is the body that the government is giving money to artists through that
Yes.
body. So then we were tasked now to do findings on how that body should work.
Okay.
And then I was one of the people again tasked to do that.
Okay.
I can remember when Orwano part of the situation, the situation of financial problems was happening. This door of National Arts Council of Namibia opened.
Okay.
And then I was again one of the people who were serving to find a way now to establish this body. Because of the knowledge that I acquired through Orwano Namibian Artists Union, then I was on this board now. So I was the first administrator of National Arts Council of Namibia to do research and put the policies together, the structure together, and how it should function. So we were tasked to go to Zimbabwe, Botswana, to go and learn how other councils works. So when we came back, then we put the administration very much. The story continues.
Yes.
Yes, when I was involved now with the National Arts Council, as I mentioned earlier that I was the first administrator to put the administration work in place. After the work was done, now we have to advertise the position for people to apply now to be employed full-time as an administrator. The requirement that was needed, it was now according to the level of university level. Now, people they applied, and the panel was instituted to make sure that the selection is done the way it is being done according to the government. So unfortunately, you know, we were also given an opportunity that even me myself, I could apply. But I could not qualify because I did not have the necessary qualifications which were required. As I mentioned earlier, most of my education, it was more with non-formal education. So I could not qualify to be appointed as an administrator by that time. We appointed an administrator, and then we had to institute also the board. I was also chosen to be the chairperson of the first board of the National Arts Council. So I served in that position for 3 years. Then after 3 years, then I moved to College of the Arts. After the National Arts Council was established with the policies, the funding, everything, then I moved to the College of the Arts. My moving there was a situation where they needed somebody who can teach traditional drums and the marimba at the college level. They did the advertisement as normal, so people they tried to apply, but they could not find anyone who qualified to go teach at the College of the Arts. The only people who were qualified were foreigners. But then the people there, they said, no, we needed a Namibian. So then somebody told them that, no, there's a gentleman who we know who can teach, who can play, but does not have the qualifications which are needed. Then the director of College of the Arts with the management, they called for the interviews. Those who qualified, who applied with the academic qualifications, and myself also was one of the people who were to be interviewed now. Okay, I did not have the qualification which was needed, but I had the skills. So I qualified, fortunately, in that position as a lecturer at the College of the Arts for the marimba and for the traditional drums. That's how I joined College of the Arts. So while I was now working at the College of the Arts, part-time, that was part-time job. So there was a possibility now from the government saying that all those who were working part-time at College of the Arts, they have an option now to be employed permanently. I was one of them. Now they were asking to say, okay, you guys, you must choose where you want to go and work in the region, because we want now to decentralize the government programs from the city to the regions, because they noticed the importance of decentralizing arts and culture in the regions. I looked at that possibility again. I realized that, okay, this is a call for me, since now I'm aging. It's a call for me to go back home.
Wow.
So that I can go and help, because now I've done enough now on the national level with setting up those institutions. And now with that knowledge that I got, the possibility now is for me, since I'm aging, I should go home and prepare for my retirement. That's how I came back to
Zambezi region. Okay. By the way, you look so young. I'm not aging. I don't know what you're saying. But yeah, that's how you came back to Zambezi region.
So when I came back to Zambezi region, on the assignment of the government now, that I'm now a qualified or full-time government employee in the position of Arts Extension Officer. Meaning, my responsibility now there is to make sure that arts and culture is promoted, is developed, and it is now to make sure that there should be a structure that all the artists, they come together and see if they can really, find a way to develop their talents. That's one of my job description in the government setup.
Okay.
When I came and then I looked at the vision of the government, which says that the government wants to see arts and culture safeguarded, developed, promoted for sustainable development. Now that vision is a big vision, so I realized that no, I think here I cannot do this alone. I need to panel beat or make sure that I understand what safeguarding means, what developing means, what promotion means, and what is sustainable development is all about. So it's where now we, with my colleagues at the cultural section, because in our structure we have two sectors. We have the arts and then we have the culture office. So both of us now, we have the responsibility of safeguarding and promoting and developing arts and culture. So from the arts sector, we are only two, me and Mr. Oliver Lyambai. The cultural colleagues, there are three. So now every time we talk, we realize that I think each one of us have got other different roles that we have to play. So for me, one of the key aspects that stood up from the whole responsibility was to develop the creative industry. Now the question came to my mind, how are we going to be doing this? So now I looked at the creative industry as a business sector. So then we said, okay, first let's start to identify who are these people. Then we said, okay, we have the musicians, we have the dancers, we have the visual artists, we have the actors, and we have the designers. So then we started having meetings, call the artists, and then explaining the vision that we want to see. So it's when now we started now having some committees. We set up committee for musicians, the committee for actors, committee for the visual artists, and committee for the designers. So unfortunately, you see, under the government structure, I'm the only one with my colleague Oliver Lyambai who are employed. So if we have to set up any other committee or any other structure, it is not being taken care of by the government because they cannot be paid. There's no provision for that. So now this is an independent structure that has to be supported by the government in terms of training, in terms of maybe workshops and things like that, but not necessarily a salary. So now we said, let us make sure that these committees understand that each sector, which we call industry, it should be like an organization that must identify the talents, nurture the talents, and promote the talents so that those guys who are under that industry or sector, they must earn a living from there. Yes. So this is how Lyambai Arts and Culture came about.
Okay.
Yes, so as we speak now, we are having 4 sectors or 4 committees, which the vision is that these committees, under my office, under the culture office, we need to help them develop the industry to the fullest level where they can make money. Yes, with the support of the government, making sure that if they need training, for example. Now, as our office is now to facilitate that training.
Okay.
Yes, but we are, as the office, we are not saying that we are going to give them money.
Yeah.
No. If there is a program where there's training needed, then we facilitate that training, and then those facilitators who are going to train other people, then they can be paid by the government.
Okay.
Yes, that's one of the things that we have agreed with my colleagues. So, Lyambai Arts and Culture industry now, it is now the one which is in partnership with Shiweva Media.
Yes.
The reason is to say that since our vision is to market the products of these people, you know, each sector, they must make sure that the products they are having there, it's where they are surviving from, for sustainable development. Now, as a government ourselves, as we said, is to ensure that these guys, we create a conducive environment for them. So, as we are speaking now in this interview, I'm so very, very happy because it looks like God is sending the right people in order to make this vision, this dream a reality. One of the things we are doing is also to encourage the people in those sectors, especially the artists, those who almost gave up because they could not understand that maybe they can have a future in this. But our idea now is to encourage them never to give up. Those who doesn't know their talents, we must help them to discover their talents so that they must survive from that. There's some principles that we came up with through Lyambai Arts and Culture industry, which is called 5 principles. Now, these 5 principles is the ones which also helped me along my journey never to give up. No matter what I went through, but because of these 5 principles, I realized that no, I need, if they have helped me to reach where I am today, I think I need also to let other people also know about this. The 5 principles, they are very simple. They are just 5. The first one is discipline. It means that when you have discipline, that's the key aspect of your life to success. The second one is determination. When you are determined, nothing is going to stop you if you just understand where you are going and where you come from. The third one is concentration. Whatever you do, I can even see now when we are doing this, when you concentrate in whatever you are doing, you pay attention to every aspect. That's the third principle. Then the fourth one is memory. You need to remember everything that has happened. If it's negative, you know that I'm not going to concentrate on negative things. If it's positive, you take those positive things and then you go along with them because it's going to be part of your journey for success. That's number 4. Memory is very, very important because it records everything along the way. Whatever happens to you, it is recorded in your memory. So it's up to you how you are going to use it. Then the last one, the 5th one, is confidence. So,
interesting.
Yes, so those are the 5 principles that I really want to live with whoever is listening, even the people that I'm going to be working with, is to understand that in life, everyone has got a journey, and you need to make sure that you carry, in the Bible, I like the Bible because the Bible uses the word, you must carry your cross. Yes, you must carry your cross because this is your what you are having. But don't give up because you are not alone. God is always there. And to be honest myself, I went through this because I'm closer to God. I've discovered the importance of knowing who you are, what is your talent or your gift. Once you know that, it will be easier now for you to really proceed with in the journey.
Okay, that was a very, very insightful story from Mr. Mwemba. And before we wrap up the interview, I know you've touched on the beginning where you started, the steps that you took throughout the journey and coming back to the region and what you're currently doing, including which is you are an art extension officer in the region, but you are also having a project that with Lyambai Arts and Culture Industry, which is an initiative to support now the fun industries for creatives and artists. And maybe in conclusion, what are the final or your final words for those who are creatives and artists, especially in Namibia and Africans? You can include the benefits of continuing and pursuing the creatives industry. And you can also just mention on what are those benefits and how can it play a role in the people's lives. Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. I think the first thing that I would love to mention here, when people are working together, the first thing is to have that unity. If you are not united, I know most of the people, they want to do things in isolation. But if you look at our vision as Lyambai Arts and Culture, is we have those 4 industries which we want to unite to ensure that, because each one of them, they need each other. Musicians, they need visual artists. Designers, they need artists who should wear the clothes and display them. Actors, they need music into their acting to make movies and films and things like that. So when artists are united, it will be easy now for people now to achieve things because they are working towards achieving one common goal. And this is why the government, we are advocating so much on unity in diversity. And I'm very, very happy because our partnership shows that already.
Yes.
Because you are coming from the other side of the country, the northern side of the country. We are from the eastern side of the country. So probably this is one of the things now. The second thing is the benefit of arts and culture is that these industries, they are not explored. Yeah. There are so much potential in it, and especially job creation. It has got a potential to create employment for the youth, as we said, in terms of those who are talented in music, those who are talented in dance, those who are talented in drawing, in visual arts, making things like this, if you can see them, you know, the clay pots, the cavers, all of them. So probably job creation is also something that we can see that it is there. So those are some of the benefits which most of the people involved in these creative industries, they can get. But the first and foremost is to be united.
Yes. Okay. That's it for our interview, I believe. We touched on basically almost all the aspects of what we wanted to discuss. And this was a heart-to-heart conversation with Mr. Vincent Mwemba. We are recording live from Katima, Mulilo, Zambezi region. And so that's it, our viewers. Please let us know in the comment section. We will put the links, including the email address for the Lyambai Arts and Culture Industry in the comment section. And in case you want to connect directly with Mr. Vincent Mwemba, please don't hesitate to reach out or communicate with us as well, and we'll give you their direct WhatsApp number. From us, we would just like to say thank you for watching and goodbye.
Goodbye.
Yes, goodbye. Right, so while we spoke to we've communicated with Mr. Vincent Mwemba, however, he is an artist as well. So we wanted to give the audience, especially our international audience, just his skill playing the marimba, which is actually one of his expertise as skills in art. So let's just hop into the other side and see how Mr. Mwemba is doing with the instrument.
Hi, I'm going to play something for you. It's a song that we used to play, and it says that it's a song that has been sung whenever the elders, if there's no rain, so they have to, ask for ancestors to bring rain. So this is the song that we used to play.
Okay.
Perfect.
That's